Hello, my name is Itai Zumbunu from FutureSense, an EPM solutions company. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a waterfall chart in narrative reporting. Let's get right into it. So, what is a waterfall chart? A waterfall chart is a specific type of bar chart that reveals the story behind the net change in something's value between 2 points. Instead of just showing a beginning value in one bar and an ending value in a second bar, a waterfall chart disaggregates all of the unique components that contributed to that net change and visualizes them individually. As an example, we have a beginning head count, some additions and deductions in staff that contribute to an ending head count. Let's open narrative reporting. Open the folder in which you'd like to save your charts. In this case, I would like to save my charts in this folder called FutureSense Charting, Waterfall Charts. I've already got an existing grid onto which I would like to then apply my waterfall chart. I have got my actuals year to date versus my budget. Across the columns, I've got my individual months that show the variances. The next step is then to edit. You add report content as a chart. The grid needs to be expanded to an appropriate size. Following that, you then set up the chart. In this case, I've got an existing grid called the cash cost grid. This is the default chart presentation view. It's not actually showing the data in my grid, but just the default view. I click on chart data, and that's where my data is sitting. I have to choose which particular line item in the rows I would like to show in my waterfall chart. In this case, it's labor. I then highlight all the columns I need to see as part of the chart. I can change the type of graph I would like to see: waterfall chart to bar, to line graphs, to area, to a combination of polar, tree, bubble, scatter, sunburst, radar, or waterfall. In this case, I would like it to be a waterfall chart. The first column is one of my anchor columns, the actuals, so I set it as a total. The other column is my budget column. I also set it as a total. Every other column in the middle is just showing the variances. I rename my chart from chart 1 to something that actually makes sense. In this case, I'd like my chart to be called labor costs. I save. On the chart presentation tab, if I click play, I can then actually see what my chart looks like. In this case, it looks like I need to switch the series from the columns to the rows. If I play it again, that's actually my data set. The General tab is your main tab. It allows you to give your chart a name. You can change your chart type. You can also change the source of data for your chart. You can also change the series from rows to columns, and you can also change the background color. The plot area allows you to then put a title on your chart. In this particular case, I would like my title to be called Labor Cost. I can change the font for my labor cost. I can make it bold or unbold it. I can change the alignment and click OK. I can move the labor cost title to the right. I can also move it to the left. I can also set up a subtitle. In this case, I would like my subtitle to be FY24. I can change the font for the subtitle. I can change the background color for the chart. It doesn't look so pretty to me, so I'd rather have it clear or transparent. I can choose to remove the grid lines. I'd rather have them as transparent. The next tab is the legend. From the legend tab, you can choose where to position the legend. In this case, I've just chosen top. I can move it to the right. I can also move it to the bottom. I prefer it to be on the right. I can give my legend a title. In this particular case, I'm going to call it Labor Cost Waterfall. I can choose to change the font. The next tab is the axis, your X and your Y. I would like to give my x-axis a name. In this case, I'm going to call it labor cost. Let's actually call it labor cost illustration, just for differentiation. I can change the font. I can also choose to give my y-axis a name. In this case, since it contains the rand values, I'll call my y-axis rand value and change the font. Lastly, we go to the Options tab. I can choose to change the colors for the increase, the decrease, and the totals. In this particular case, I would like my decreases to be a red. I would like my increases. I would like my total actually. I would like my increases to be a green. I would like my decreases to be red and my total to be blue. If I go back to chart presentation and click play, I can still see the gray connecting lines, and I would like to have those removed. So on the connecting lines, click transparent. Play again. Voila. I've got my actuals year to date on the left and my budget year to date on the right. Now, if I go back to my main page where my data exists, I now have not only my grid, but my chart, one below the other. For more information, please visit www.futuresense.za.com.